One thing that has been taught to us throughout our lives is that quality is far more important than quantity. But before we can determine which is actually more important, that knowledge has become a doctrine that is ingrained in our minds. We then find ourselves at a dead end. Despite the fact that the concept of producing quantity to achieve quality is one of the oldest in human nature. This design is, in fact, what shapes you and me, because this is what happened. We are all the result of a race between millions of sperm to reach the ovum, in order to separate one or several of the fastest, strongest, and highest quality cells. Thus, we are both quantity and quality, and high quantity is the key to high quality. In this video, we will discuss the topic of how quantity can produce quality. I will explain why this is not only essential but increasingly relevant in the digital age. I will also explain why it is okay to not be perfect. So let's begin. Is quality always more important than quantity? A social experiment was conducted by David Bales and Ted Orland to answer this question, as recounted in the book, Art and Fear. A ceramics teacher divided his class into two groups. Their task was to make ceramic pots. The first group was to be judged solely on the quantity of work they produced, while the second group was to be judged solely on the quality of their work. The evaluation process was simple. When the class was over, the teacher brought out a scale and weighed the work of the first group that was judged by quantity. A pot with a weight of 50 pounds was given an A, a pot with a weight of 40 pounds was given a B, and so on. Meanwhile, they were judged on quality and only needed to produce one perfect pot to get a grade. The results of the experiment were quite surprising. The best quality work was actually produced by the group that was judged by quantity. It seems that when the first group was pushed to produce quantity, they were busy churning out piles of work and learning from their mistakes. Meanwhile, the second group was encouraged to produce quality work, and they spent more time theorizing about perfection, avoiding mistakes, and ultimately putting less effort into making pots. From this, we are told that being obsessed with making something perfect will actually hold us back and lead us to a dead end. The perfect thing does not exist, and quality is a very subjective matter. What we consider great and perfect might just be ordinary for others, even though we have spent a lot of time and energy on it. So why not make more instead? On the other hand, quantity is not subjective. Quantity actually provides fertile and pliable ground for creativity, a large area to try, practice, learn from mistakes, grow, and have fun. All the energy needed for productivity. In Adam Grant's book, Originals, research shows that the most productive people not only have the highest level of originality but also produce the most original results. During their time producing work, creative types are not necessarily better in their field than their colleagues. They simply produce more work, resulting in more variety and greater chances of originality. Therefore, to increase the chances of producing great work, a lot of work is needed.